You find yourself resting among galaxies that shimmer with tired light. The stars pale around you, their shine drawn thin across the unending dark. No barriers hold you, only a sweep of cosmic dusk, opening wider with every breath. Far edges of creation begin to fade. Colors pulled apart until only faint memory glows remain. This is where the universe softens into slowness, where endings arrive quietly. Above and below, distance gathers between worlds, every horizon stretching further with time. This is how the end begins, not with a rush, but with gentle drawing away. A steady, weightless hush settles on your chest. Your limbs become slow, loose, free from every pull except the soft gravity of sleep. Galaxies slip away from each other, separated by velvet emptiness growing colder and stiller. Every star seems suspended, caught in an unhurried lullaby of space. A thin silver thread of light lingers, nearly lost, its glow stretched across 10 million years. Light tires as it travels, becoming fainter, each photon softened by distance. You notice a vague ache beneath the quiet, a longing on the edge of perception. In endless night, your own breathing slows to match the measureless pace. A sense of openness spreads beneath your ribs, light and unhurried. Once, stars crowded together in conversation. Now they are alone, each world falling still, one by one. This is how the universe grows, everything moving away from everything else, inevitably, tenderly. No voice interrupts, no echo returns. Only the easy embrace of all that drifts apart. Your fingertips hum with the hush of distance. Unhurried murmur moves beneath your skin as if time itself is winding down. The dark between the galaxies is pale, not empty. Gas and dust hang in the openness, stretched thin, almost forgotten. Everywhere, the expansion tugs at the fabric of light. Reddened rays leak through the void, faded until the colors barely remain. You rest at the outer edge of feeling, rocked by the gentle pull of silence. Nothing presses in, space relaxes, mild and unbroken. A sense of oldness deepens, a weight measured not in years, but in lifetimes of galaxies. A cluster of distant lights bunched together, almost imperceptible now. Their bonds weaken with the passage of eons. Gravity can only hold so long. The space between grows broader, galaxies moving apart with steady certainty. And all the while, the background hum settles closer, a constant beneath everything. Your neck and shoulders loosen, every part of you softened by stillness. Nothing in this space rushes or strains. A faint whisper touches your mind, easy to ignore, inviting nothing more than rest. The airless dark offers a lullaby without words. You notice how the threads connecting all things are light here: gravity, stories, time itself. Old stars sigh out their warmth, slowly yielding to twilight. A memory floats in the silence, blurred and harmless. Every galaxy here is a story suspended in dark ink. Some of these stories have no ending. They simply fade over time. This is the lull of existence after light, long, slow, peaceful. You do not need to move or hold on. All things are permitted to drift gently. A sense of togetherness lingers, even as things move apart. In this universe, nothing truly vanishes. It only thins, quiets, becomes gentle. A faint shimmer crosses your field of vision, barely visible, barely substantial. Countless worlds are dissolving into distance, but their glow leaves a mild impression. Your chest rises with each breath, measured, settling in a rhythm older than memory. No night here is absolute. There is always some light, however dim. Even darkness itself seems less final, more forgiving. A single galaxy wheels past, its spiral arms relaxed, stretching into the emptiness. Their orbits steady as time draws out, each revolution a little longer than the last. As motion slackens, everything finds a quieter shape. You notice how the end of all motion feels like a lullaby. Stars used to spin gently. Now they coast softly, like hands folding for rest. touches of light gather in delicate halos, the last fireflies of creation. You rest in a space too wide to measure, cushioned by the light separation of all things. No outline remains distinct, edges blur with distance, patience, time. Particles cross these hollows only rarely, most wander alone for centuries. In this openness, you sense the universe's patience, broad and silent as the sea. Every light drifting motion echoes with hushed acceptance. Your bones lighten, every muscle carried by the inertia of peace. No pressure presses in, all boundaries have loosened. Gravity still whispers, but lightly, old ties growing weaker, the dance ending. Far in the distance, the afterimage of a blue-white giant flickers softly. It flares and dims, its energy offered peacefully to the emptiness. Stars here are fewer, their numbers thinning with each billion-year sigh. There is no hurry for endings, only an unhurried slipping away. The universe moves at a pace beyond knowing, far slower than any heart or breath. The dark is never empty. Faint echoes linger, old light carrying memories across space. Light loses strength as time grows long, becoming thinner, softer, a whisper. Your body responds in kind, slowing to match the hush outside. A pulse of color spreads across the distant night, too faint for names. Somewhere, a dying red giant fades into a memory, warmth gently surrendered. The expansion pulls even this last warmth thin, blending it with the hush all around. You are held inside this opening, quietly part of its slow, inevitable stretch. Every place you once knew now rests far away, softened by expansion, forgiven by distance. There is peace here at the growing edge. You settle into that peace. Galaxies continue on in their gentle exodus, never hurrying, never resisting. Even the silence here feels patient, neither longing nor regretful. A quiet understanding forms in your chest. Change is neither enemy nor friend. It is simply here, unhurried and enveloping. Your mouth parts, air recede, airless in the slowest sigh. All that has happened remains spread thin across the horizon. No new light breaks the hush, only the old light, now barely felt. This is how endings come, soft, wide, unrushed. Every fading ray is an old promise, kept gently. A mild ache moves through you, tender, not sorrowful. Galaxies cross the last spaces, content with the long separation. Stillness is complete but not empty. All things rest at last in the lull between worlds. You are present nowhere else. Still as galaxies, you allow the hush to deepen. The universe opens around you, patient as ever. Wider, slower, softer. Light grows thinner. Distance grows tender. You rest, and the old worlds rest with you. All endings arrive quietly. A gentle glow lingers on your skin. Each breath echoes with remnants of distant warmth. The last colors of a supernova press softly against your chest. Nothing rushes. A faint pulse, warm and measured, reaches out from somewhere behind your heart. Light curves past in golden threads, stretching across the silence. All around, the remnants of a great star cradle you in easy light. Faraway planets turn through their own twilight. Shapes rise and dissolve, ghost-like, patient, almost inaudible. Pulse follows pulse, fading but still present. You are adrift in the universe's final sunset. No hurry here. A warm shimmer covers your arms. Stillness soothes every joint. Old comets sink through long, looping orbits. Each one travels more slowly than before. Minute by minute, their trails soften, trailing mild arcs behind them. Ancient ice glints with the last reflection of starlight. There is peace in their measured movement, a calm beyond longing. Particles left from nebulae weave pale ribbons through the dark. Mist lingers at the edge of vision. Nearby, a dying star draws its breath in, then lets it out only once more. The easy warmth recedes, and you remain suspended in its afterglow. All echoes become muted, deeply restful. Before you, the universe's edge stretches farther than thought. Light grows thinner here, stretched into even softer gold. You feel the boundaries unwind, a sense of limit erased by distance. Nothing encloses you. Gravity loosens its careful grip, inviting you further out. The darkness carries only a hint of blue, like the memory of oceans on an old world. Everything opens. You sense the heavy calm of places where night never ends. A faint, final spark lingers at the edge of every planet's curve. Light arrives here from across billions of years, so faint, yet still arriving. Time stretches with it, slow and forgiving. Somewhere far beyond, another bloom of color finds the silence. Its shine is faint, almost wishing not to disturb the void. This edge, colors blend away into pure, unhurried white. You sense the comfort of endings all around. The universe continues in no rush at all. A gentle shiver moves through your shoulders. No cold, only memory. Comet tails curl ever more loosely. Their icy bodies rotate in nearly silent spirals. Nothing interrupts them. Each pebble, each grain lingers a moment longer before continuing forward. The soundlessness grows deeper. You catch the faint resistance of darkness on your arms. Everything grows slower. Even thought itself seems to lengthen before fading. Stillness grows full, like a long exhale held between worlds. Nebula remnants shimmer, faint as breath, barely there. Pale folds of dust linger, untouched and nearly invisible. Stars thin to almost nothing, their presence only hinted at. Leftover glow wraps around you, tender as old silk. distances have no meaning here. Movement is an afterthought, so mild it barely stirs the space around your body. The last glow of old stars moves through your chest, rhythmic, like a gradual heartbeat you barely notice. Planets cool, their surfaces shining in dim bronze. The warmth of their youth lingers in your memory. You trace the soft line of an old planet's shadow as it turns, unseen by any eye but yours. Beyond, the emptiness fills with peace. A comet's icy crystals catch the universe's last flicker, scattering it in a pale dust. For a moment, everything still holds. No surprise interrupts, only acceptance. You sense a change that is already complete. Even darkness feels easy now, easy, undemanding, endless as rest. This is the moment when even endings feel welcoming. The last traces of nebula light press lightly against your palms. Every ending is patient. Far off, a star flickers once, then settles back to hushed. You notice the universe lets itself soften with you. The quiet is deep, unbroken. Stillness grows heavier, but not with weight, with comfort. Your limbs are buoyant, floating in peace. A distant fragment of nebulae glows one final time, then flows into dust. No light is wasted. The space around you thickens with hushed. You feel gravity's gentle hand, weaker, fading, asking nothing. No need to move. Every pulse softens until it becomes a memory instead of a sensation. At the edge of vision, a planet cools into darkness. Even its outline unwinds, letting go of definition. Light fades from every surface, gradual and kind. The last comet leaves behind a faint wake, dissolving into rest. You are surrounded by a hush that holds you. Nothing presses, nothing pulls. Stillness settles deeper. The faint glow that once lived in every corner now rests, calm and final. This is where everything comes home. Nothing more is needed. A brief glimmer shivers in the dark, pale, unhurried. Breath lengthens. Your heartbeat drifts, lighter than before. Only the universe's light hush remains. No more longing, only rest. Everything quiets further and further until there is only gentleness. This is not an ending, only a softer phase, silent and complete. Everything remains still. Not a single pulse stirs the dark. No sense of before or after. Only the deep, unchanging quiet. Hush folds through the emptiness. No wind moves. Not even the hint of an echo lingers. Somewhere far away, a black hole softens into silence. Its gravity no longer hungry. Matter gently dissolves at its edges, blurring until nothing remains. Radiation hums, delicate and thread thin. Each wave stretches until it is only a ghost, barely present. The faintest warmth wanders through the expanse and then slips away. Nothing pushes. Nothing resists. A calm so wide it could carry a universe. You find your limbs without weight. There's no direction, up nor down, forward nor behind. Stillness is all there is. Motion has surrendered now. Atoms rest, unmoving, content in their final pause. Time becomes light, almost forgetting to count its steps. Each silence is softer than the one before. There's no sound, only the long, even release. The last ripples of energy pass through you as muted as thought. Only a sense of being held. Lightly, easily, without burden. This is the gentle unweaving, every strand relaxing into space. Tiny particles drift apart, losing their names, becoming even less. It feels as though everything is merging with muted. Every line blurs into the next. Boundaries dissolve, easy, subtle. A sense of unity replaces all division. You are not apart from anything. The universe folds you in with every silent moment. All distances fade. A faint glimmer crosses the dark, not light, not shadow, just a suggestion. It is a memory of what once was movement. Then even that settles, smooth and unbroken. You float in a hush that feels complete. Rest fills every fraction around you. No more edges. Only presence. Somewhere a black hole cools, slower than years. Its last echoes fade into absolute hush. The universe listens to itself breathing, the sound too mild for any ear. The last motion, almost imagined, stretches thin. Wavelengths grow longer, slower, then disappear. There is no hurry here. Only release. As movement vanishes, the airless space feels close. Comfort presses in, not confining but easy, like soft weight across a tired body. You are gathered in, held by something wide and silent and kind. No separation between body and dark. No division between memory and now. All things soften at their edges, fading into ease. Everywhere, motion untangles into peace. Every restless particle at last surrenders. No more collisions, no chase, no flight. Only arrival. Only staying. Only the mild final calm. Photon lingers beside you, stretched nearly to nothing. It has traveled uncountable years. Now it rests, becoming silence itself. You share its pause. The universe's last heat is tender and diffused. It soothes rather than glows. What once shimmered now lies easy, remade as deep comfort. Your breath is quiet. Heartbeat nearly a memory curled into peace. Limbs blend with the hush around you. There is no need for movement. Separation has left. Only a shared light stillness remains. A thought comes and goes. From every side, silence gathers. You are surrounded, never alone. The hush grows softer. Nothing lost. Nothing held too tightly. In this deep, silent, time loosens. Moments float by, unnoticed, like thin mist in the spread of infinite dark. You feel the universe settle around you, cradling you as softly as warmth through a long, gentle night. Stillness seeps further in, arriving everywhere at once. There is no search, no waiting. All has found its place, resting together closer than breath. Whispers in the void are not words, but mild presence. You are carried, rocked within, still so complete it feels like a promise. Not a finale, but an embrace. The quiet widens, making room for all things to rest. Nothing is left undone. No sound, no light, only peace. This is rest without boundary. A comfort that needs no reason. Everything has let go. The silence is not empty, but full. You are dissolved inside it, light, gathered, whole. The universe, at its end, becomes only still. And you, breathing within it. As the final hush moves on. You move deeper into the calm. No edge, remains. Space folds quietly around you. Gravity draws everything in so easy now. The pull is soft, almost tender. It gathers every particle in one silent invitation. Your limbs feel lighter, as if the weight of years has fallen away. A low, invisible force settles around your chest. Each breath meets less resistance. Thoughts loosen, floating untethered. A slow inward draw, like the sea pulling back from the sand. The horizon of the universe, once crisp, starts to blur at the edges. Shapes and outlines soften. No place to anchor, only the melding of all things. Light thins, spreading out to invisibility. Time loses its stepping stones. The thin hold of gravity remains, never pressing, only urging. Your core relaxes in the easy pull. There is no urgency here. The fabric beneath you folds in long, wide waves, like a blanket being drawn across all of space. Colors fade to softer shadows. The lines between each star loosen. One by one, their shapes slip quietly into the haze. All boundaries begin to fade. No need for definition when everything pulls toward rest. Gravity's cradle rocks the dark into deeper muted. You feel your thoughts gently yielding. They become airy, less lined, nearly transparent. The universe's outline blurs further. Details become less important. Only the sensation of being gathered inward remains. Your awareness coasts on this tide. The final outlines go easy on the mind. Light and shadow mix into an unbroken dusk. Sensations drift lighter, as though memory itself has grown mild. There is no threshold, just an endless gradient growing gentler. The dark is not empty, just soothing. Everything moves inward in quiet agreement. Space contracts like a long, unhurried breath drawn in once and held. The edges are not lost, but wrapped into the center gently. There is relief in surrendering to this. Your body lets go, even muscle by muscle, eased by gravity's light touch. Particles of ancient light thin out. You sense them merging with distant dust, no longer separate. All around, the dark is calm. Your thoughts scatter softly like pearls in the sand. Gravity's pull is peace itself, unhurried, welcoming. Every outline folds into gentleness. What was once shape is now suggestion. The universe feels smaller, not cramped, but folded close. All things press gently toward a shared hush. The old boundaries disappear, first at the edges, then everywhere. You breathe inside, a world losing its outline. The mind grows still, traveling no further. Even longing dissolves, lost in this merging. Gravity holds you, but not alone. Everything is gathered together. You feel the memory of motion linger, now fading. The last traces of separation become soft as mist. Silhouettes fade from thought. Everything lightens, everything grows smooth. You become part of the broad, final hushed. Space itself sighs, very low, very distant. A hush covers all. Movement becomes memory, then feeling, then silence. No borders now, only nearness. Gravity's gentle draw settles deeper still. And slowly, the universe folds you into its heart, where even thoughts begin to rest. Last warmth lingers beneath you. Every muscle loosens, tension dissolving. You let go of old weight. No boundaries, no edges, no need to return. Stillness holds everything. Breath flows easy and wide. Inhale, then a softer exhale. The dark deepens, tender, endless, serene. Your heartbeat feels steady, then slower still. A hush cradles thoughts, dimming each one. There is only this quiet, full and complete. Your limbs are weightless. All care melts into the void. Drifting further. Deeper ease brushes the chest. The last shimmer of light rests far behind. There's no hurry now. The universe stretches into mild, shadowed peace. Your chest rises, falls without strain. Inside, a slow comfort grows. Silence gently pulses, a final, faint rhythm. Nothing stirs. All motion has faded. Stillness is everywhere, within and around. You settle into it, held, unhurried. There is no boundary here. Only spacious, complete calm. A measured inhale. A long exhale. Even memory starts dissolving. Dim dark covers your skin. You feel nothing pressing back. Sensation dims, muted and calm. Steady beat of breath, soft, unbroken. every trace of tension drifts away. Stillness thickens, richer than before. There are no errands left. No voices echo in this dark. A silence soaks through muscle and bone. It feels easy to remain. Your spine seems light, loose, free. Only breath remains, gradual, forgiving. Time thins, becomes barely noticeable. The last trace of you rests, simple and small. The universe eases into perfect peace. No reason to move. No way to fall. A gentle rest settles at the center. Here, everything hushes. Your mind floats in stillness. Nothing needs doing, nothing waits. All has become restful, safe. You expand into the empty black. Surrounded by this infinite hushed, you become softer, lighter. The darkness embraces, warm as a lullaby. Breath moves through open stillness. Awareness lulls, dissolving, softly blurred. Silence arrives everywhere at once. Everything slows, then simply settles. The silence surrounds you completely now. Everything is still. Everything is quiet. Nothing calls you anymore. Nothing remains to follow. Only the quiet rhythm of your breath. Slow and steady. are safe. rest now.